Hey guys, this is me, Lightning here, and today guys, we're back with another Dark Deception full review as I'll be reviewing the full chapter of Dark Deception. You know, all chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all the mini chapters between them, you know, like the different maps and stuff like that. So without further ado guys, let's go and review them all. So like guys, very first one being Monkey Business is definitely a really great chapter. I definitely do love it, you know. All of us mostly definitely do love it. But the one thing with Monkey Business is, you know, it's the original, the very first. Technically the logo of the game itself is truly amazing. You guys all definitely know that too already. But you know, when the chapter first came out, like, you know, it's back then, it was like, you know, 8-bit, everybody kind of loved it, you know, it was a hit game. Then now when it came out, kind of people forgot about it until chapter 2 came out, but, you know, we're not talking about the history of the game, I forgot, we're talking about how the map is. This is definitely one of the most scariest and intense maps of them all, because they, you know, you have to be tight current turns, and you don't know where the monkey's gonna come from unless you hear it out. And yeah, they could just jump scare you at any moment without you knowing it all. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that. But tell me guys in the comments below what you guys definitely do think about this. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. The School, Chapter 2. So in Chapter 1, you know, just murder monkeys. And now in Chapter 2, we got here Agatha and the Gold Watchers. I actually started playing, like, before, a couple of years after Chapter 3 came out. I started watching when Chapter 3 just came out, so I wasn't really there when Chapter 2 came out too. But all I do know is that Marco Polo stopped playing the game just because of the Gold Watcher, and I'll get to that later. But with Agatha's stage, she doesn't really like keep chasing you. She looks for you, then when she runs into you, she could teleport in front of you sometimes. You open up doors, she knows that you're there and teleports. So you need, you know, UI too, unlike the murder monkeys. And this time, you know, big open rooms, so you don't really get jump scared as much as the murder monkeys definitely do. But I definitely do love it. The story wasn't that big, but that's a whole separate video about that. So without further ado, guys, let's go on to the Golden Watchers. And if I say Golden Watchers, I mean Gold Watchers. And yeah, the very first stage of it is, you know, you have just 3 Watchers here. And if you look at them, they freeze, turn around, they run really fast. You can't outrun them if you turn around. But if you just walk, you can outrun them. Yeah. Don't ask me how this is a thing. They must have messed it up or something like that. But yeah, they just don't get you if you're like that. But you have to keep on moving. You have traps around you too. The maze, all of them is like kind of spread out, so it's definitely difficult. And then you go into the manor. The manor is way difficult because you have 6 gold watchers. You have so many different like traps and different things like that. So much of the shards, and now it's just extremely difficult in the mansion. Definitely for me, one of the most hardest chapters of all time still. Even though chapter 4 came out, it was pretty hard. This chapter can't beat this. It's hard if you don't know what you're doing. But then we got here, you know, the Stranger Sewers, the first chapter of 2 in the new Dark Deception chapter 3. And this when I started watching it, I really loved the whole Dread Duckies as a whole. I love how you open the door and everything. All the Dread Duckies are there. It's just a really lovable thing, you know. I just love them. The Duckies, some of them are fake, some of them are real. Great gameplay mechanic. When they chase you, they can stun you. You have to stun that. The whole boss battle, introducing boss battles to the game, you know. Definitely truly amazing. I love that part. Now let's go into the clown. The clowns for me was definitely not that annoying, you know. All I have to do is just deal with some clowns in the car. The car hits you in the first stage, they come out of the homes of clowns, but they disappear after some time. And you can't stun the car, sadly, but you know, and also you got some traps here and there, but it's not that big of a deal. Making this chapter, you know, not the hardest. They have a couple of levels in the first beginning, then it moves on to the second stage. A couple of, you know, tracks here and there where the road could go to. I mean, then, you know, where the car could go to, just don't get hit by one of them. And then it's just really colorful from there. The clowns aren't that much of a big trouble if you just all you have to do is keep running around. But like we said, the boss battle also is really cool at the end. A little bit annoying, but you know, really cool and fun. But yeah, that was definitely it. Now let's go on to chapter 4. Chapter 4 is also, you know, unique with its being chapter 4. We waited years for it. Definitely way better. You have, you know, the Reaper nurses in the beginning. The whole building and everything was just, you know, really good. I love how it doesn't look like, you know, a regular hospital and looks really unique there. You know, and then after that, I guess them turning invisible and just come out of nowhere and get you. Great gameplay mechanic. Also, the second half. The second half was nowhere near a hospital, like an underground gang, making it definitely also a little bit fun. I did not really think it was that pleasant to the eye like the hospital was, but you know, it's definitely was still, you know, pretty good, you know. Yeah, it doesn't look as pretty as Hospital did, but it was pretty good. And also that, yeah, them turning invisible kind of sucks. Maybe I have the Joy game, my personal favorite level of all time, and I think lots of us could even agree with that. Just because it looks like a Disneyland, but a torn down Disneyland, it's just really, really fun. We got the very first stage in the beginning, you have to be run down by all of them, like in the first stage, it's just being like the castle, Disneyland, something like that. Then you go underground, that's when things get special. But after going the whole underground part, we do get the boss battle. For me, it was definitely hard because I did not know you could actually tase them or stun them. I did not know that was a thing. That's what made it hard for me. But I definitely did like the whole factory setting in the bottom. I love factory setting games. And also, like, carnival games. Or not carnival, like, what's it called again? I don't know, Disneyland type things. And wow, theme parks, factories, two of my favorite things. And animatronics, I don't know why they were always perfect in a horror game. And that's why this game and this chapter was definitely amazing for me. I just loved it. Then we get moved on to Barely Buried. First of all, the whole story gets more intense here, but this next week will be about the whole entire story. This time we're just talking about, the whole gameplay and everything about it. Barely Buried was definitely, for me, not one of the most entertaining ones, just because, you're in a cabin, but the thing that's special about it, and also when you go into the caves, you have to slowly get your ring pieces back and do hard stuff with that. The sugar teddies, could explode too. Mob Out is definitely hard too, and gets more harder the more you increase the stages. And yeah, that's why I just really definitely do love about it. I'm even talking about this. Actually has two boss fights. Yeah, two of them. One mini boss fight that was definitely harder than the first boss fight. Like, trust me, this time took me like an hour almost to beat it. I did not know what to do, okay? I was confused at 2 a.m. Woke up, I think, at, no, not 2 a.m. Like, sometime really early just to record this. And yeah, I was extremely tired and it was extremely hard too. But that's actually going to be it for the video, guys. Tell me guys in the comments below what you guys definitely do think about this stage and this chapter. I definitely do like it, but stay tuned because next week we'll be doing the full review, the full story review. Anyways, guys, see you guys all in the next video, guys. Goodbye.